Hey people. So I had an idea the other day, and it was to make a tier list of chords because I'm a nerd. So here we are. We're doing it. I just made this on Tier Maker. Um, there surprisingly wasn't one that I could find with all the triads and seventh chords, and that's all we're doing. Um, cause I'm not some filthy jazzer. I'm joking. I mean, I'm not joking about not being a jazzer. I did jazz very briefly, and I was not great at it because I did it very briefly. Anyway, so I guess we'll just get into it. So I have all the triads, all the seventh chords, except I'm not sure if I was never taught this or if I just am blanking right now for some reason. The concept of an augmented seventh chord, like of all the ways I can think about it, like that just seems foreign to me, and I don't know why. I'm not. I mean, probably just a thing that's not really used in classical repertoire, but I don't know, man. So start off with the nice and simple major. So I actually have my MIDI keyboard connected so I can play. It's a C major chord. Why is the C still playing? My hand is here. Anyway, um, you know, I think major can go in A tier. I mean, it's like the basis for everything. So it can't be too low, can't be too high either, because it's pretty basic. Like, um, let's see. I'm thinking of whatever Mozart piano sonata that is. I should know what that is off the top of my head, even though I do not. I'm not a pianist, so it doesn't matter. Okay, minor, spooky, scary. I think that goes into A as well, because like it's another like root, but not root position. Well, it was root position when I played. Anyway, okay. Anyway, um, yeah, not neither of them are super entertaining in isolation, but they lead up to cool things. I don't know. Um, I think major does go above minor just because like has so many applications. Because like you could theoretically write a piece with only major chords, and it would sound perfectly normal to um, modern ears, I guess. If you try to write a piece with only minor chords, it might sound a little weird just because of five chord. Like you typically want that to be major even in a minor key for that leading tone, that juicy leading tone. But eh, it's a negligible difference, honestly, between the two major and minor triads. Okay, so we got diminished next. I honestly have never been a super big fan of diminished triads. Like, I know they're supposed to sound really creepy, but like, I don't know, just they're just kind of there to me. I think they'll go in B though, because there's definitely a place for them. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's nice that there's like that little tritone. We're going to die. Anyway, augmented. So I feel like it's almost the opposite of diminished, and I'm not saying that because of how you would build the chords, because like I feel like diminished is like its range of I don't know interest for me personally isn't that great, but it still has a pretty like it has legit quality. Um, augmented like sometimes it's like why does this chord even exist, and sometimes it's like this was the perfect application. Um, so I don't know. I guess I'll go. Like I'm trying to think. I don't. I can't, I'm not a good enough pianist to be able, or or composer to be able to just like, or improviser, I guess, to come up with something on the fly that would sound good, like moving from an augmented chord, or even going into an augmented chord. But we'll put it. I think I'll actually put it above diminish, honestly. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now we get to the juicy stuff. I was like, man, this isn't many chords, but I'm talking for each of them for so long. Um, okay, major seventh. You will not, you will not convince me that major seventh chords are not based, because they are based. Factually, because that major seventh in the major seventh chord, just so yearning, and like, it's such a shame that it's used so little in classical music, because it's just so beautiful. Like, because usually if it is there, then it would do like what I just did there, like maybe like a suspension, well, retardation basically, or technically I should say. Um, um, Basically the major seventh chord is not lasting super long. It's like the seventh will be considered as a non-harmonic tone, non-chord tone. So, yeah, it's just I love me some major seventh chords. Anyway, moving on before I geek out even more. Okay. I was gonna say B for dominant seventh, but I might have to move it to A just because of like the face I even made when I played it. Like it's just like a kind of sounding chord. I mean, and obviously that's because of how we use it in Western society, but I don't know. I think that moves it up a notch. Um, and it's so fun to like play a dominant seventh chord and then just not resolve it. So it might have to go like, is it above minor though? We'll go for it. I'm gonna regret this later. Okay, minor seven. Gotta get my fingers in the right place. Now I think. Okay, I'm gonna just say right out. I also really like minor seventh chords. Not quite as much as major seventh, but it has. I love how even though it's a minor chord, it doesn't completely sound like death and destruction. And that's not always what minor chords are supposed to be like anyway. But I don't know. It's really because of if you take, I'm doing all of these in the key of C in case you couldn't tell already. Um, so C, E flat, G, B flat. If you take out the root, then that's like a major chord on top, which I think is why it gets that kind of sound, like why it's not so dark sounding. Um, so yeah, it sounds mysterious more than anything to me. I think this goes in definitely A at least. I gotta put in an S. It's hard. We're gonna put it in A, and we'll change it later if we need to. Okay, half diminished seven. I was about to. I don't want to be judged. I was about to play a wrong note. Dang it! I played a wrong note. No, wait, that is right. Wait. Oh, that is wrong. Okay. Why is that wrong? Oh, I'm I was thinking F sharp. Okay. Anyway, now that we've established that I'm a fraud, half diminish definitely has to be the chord I think the least about, because like, I mean, it sounds kind of cool, but like, I just don't. It's like similar to minor seven, where it's like sounds mysterious, and because of the ambiguity of like the intervals, like they're kind of, I don't know. I just think of it similar to minor seven, but like in a worse way, because it's not completely diminished, so it doesn't have that intensity. But then, like, you could just use minor seven for something that, I mean, obviously these chords are not interchangeable, but like I just mean that if I wanted a mysterious sound, I'd probably go for minor seven most of the time, and half diminished seven. I don't know. I've never been a super fan of it. I might have to go and see, even though I love me some seventh chords. But something something's got to go down here. um, even augmented, I could see myself like being more of a fan of. Even though augmented and diminished, I should say, because diminished is also up there. Fully diminished seventh. I'm going to put this in B just because I like playing fully diminished arpeggios. Um, I mean, I don't know. Like whenever like I'm working on a lot of etudes, at least for oboe, they're just like, oh, here's the section with the fully diminished seventh arpeggios, and like every time I get to them, I nail them because I'm like, oh yeah, it's just minor thirds, and it's, I don't know. That's my brain just really, my brain and fingers like fully diminished seventh arpeggios, so I guess it earns its spot in B for no reason whatsoever. Okay, now we have, whoops. Even though I'm making that face, mm, like this is okay. So it has a lot of merit for it, to me at least. It sounds, it's a chord in isolation that sounds interesting, like by itself. Like, I don't know, just that the minor chord with the seventh on the major seventh on top. It's like first it's creepy, but then I'm once again using very general terms. It's creepy, but then surprise, there's a little bit of edge at the end, even more. So words are hard. Anyway, but yeah, a little bit more edge at that end, at the end with the major seventh. So I think it definitely has merit for being interesting all on its own. Um, I, I don't know when I would use a minor major seventh chord. Um, yeah, and I don't know when I would hear it in context either. So hmm, it's definitely above half diminished seven, and here I'll put it above diminished because I don't know, it's something, and yeah, I don't know. But anyway, honorable mentions, because this was a little bit shorter than I expected it to be, and then also I kind of thought about honorable mentions anyway. Anyway, so we got a nice major ninth chord that would go in S tier right next to major seventh. Maybe because there's a major seventh in there, but also that ninth, and even if you bring it down an octave, I think I like I think I like major major ninths. Excuse me. so much because of the end of October by Eric Whitaker. Like, uh, it's not the same voicing, I don't think. Similar, kind of close. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I think that was the first time I heard a harmony like that, even though it's literally the last chord of the piece. um, but I don't know, it just really captivated me. So that's probably why I'm in love with my major seventh, or excuse me, major ninth. But along that same line, oh wait a minute, hold up. Okay, so I kind of, I'll admit, since I wasn't thinking about ninth chords a ton, um, I didn't think of the, like, I guess bass chord that uh minor ninth would be in. So I just kind of did minor intervals just now and then put a minor ninth on top. And that actually doesn't sound bad because I was prepared to say that whatever chord with a minor ninth is bottom, absolute bottom. Because like, ew, this is gross. But like, what did I do? I did that. Kind of sounds cool. I mean, there's still a good amount of dissonance between the C and the D flat. Oh yeah, cause okay, so there's a dominant seventh on top. I thought I heard that, but I don't know. Yeah, it's uh well, this one is just getting it's a little extra afterwards, so it doesn't matter where I put it. But let's just say the interval of minor ninths is F tier. Okay. um, and lastly, just for one more, let's say I'm not gonna make the joke, but I have been. I'm not even gonna say the name of the chord. But this sound has been I don't know. It's been kind of interesting me lately, especially when it doesn't resolve. So like, I can't. Let me see. I don't know, but usually it would resolve, and that feels good too. So I don't. But like the chord by itself, just if you get to a point in music where it like that chord, I almost said it. I'm not gonna say it. That chord is like extremely fitting, and then you just don't resolve it. Like that's really cool to me. I mean, I haven't heard that a ton, and maybe not at all. But that like, no, I have definitely heard it like once or twice. But being like times I've heard that chord in context, um, like sometimes I'll just be humming and then I'll stay on that fourth scale degree, um, even though the actual music like resolves it down. But just to like feel what it's like to like have that suspension lingering. I didn't say the thing though. So it's so anyway, I just thought this would be a little bit of fun, and I think it was fun. If you could tell by how many times I laughed and giggled. But anyway, if you found this enjoyable, cool. Thanks for watching, I guess. Oh man, I'm really a YouTuber. I don't know. But you can probably find this on Tier Maker if you like search triads and seventh chords. Uh, if you are interested in doing this yourself, it's not a huge list, but just thought I'd do it. So anyway, bye, I guess.